So, good morning everybody and Happy New Year. My name is Osa and we are still playing Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire. And we're still doing the corn chaff harvest. Oh! Not what I had planned. And once again, it's nice and early in the morning, there's snow on the ground, and the sun is shining through the window, so I can barely make out what's going on the computer screen. Hopefully that won't be for much longer. Now, off camera, the field on the right, I have finished planting oilseed radish in that. Both tractors are now set up in field 5, is it? Ready to do that one when we're finished with the corn in it. I have also started this. We did 3 rows at this end, 2 rows at the other end, and we started working from the bottom. So everything finishes up by the gate when we're done. To turn the worker off or he'll take off and empty into the truck, which I don't really want him to do. Must admit, it's almost getting to the point where I really want to just plough all this under and be done with it. But I know I'm going to need the digestate, and the money's going to be nice as well. So off he goes. Now the other thing I've been doing is levelling this off with the blade. I haven't really been compacting it much, just that actually doesn't look too bad. However, we will there we go. Try and do what we can. Oh, I didn't want to do that. This is a little bit more finesse. And need to lift it up so that the top stays relatively flat. And we push some of this to the sides as we go. The end, we lift that out the way. And we can drive down this one. This one might be okay for now. Might run the truck along the middle of that one before we get done. Ooh. also might that's a little close. I think we just about made it. I might start a third silo up at the BGA as well. The problem with doing that is the ramps are not going to reach that fifth silo. How are we doing on that field then? Oh, we're not even close to halfway yet. That's disappointing. Try to move my chair so that quite a lot of steering to get out of there. Not sure how much chaff we've got down in the cow bunker either. And that was close to 700,000. So I think in review of the pig food, and considering we will sell some of the pigs at the end of fall into winter, whatever month's good for that. Let's try the outside. Ooh. Come on, truck, go. Oh, it's not. That's a bit of a disaster. Oh, we can get down there. But yeah, with the pig food, I'm going to need about 24,000 litres total of either wheat, barley or a mixture. Same again for canola and soybeans. And probably about 36,000, not much more than that, in corn. And that's well safe. That'll get us all the way through to next year, no trouble. Or next harvest. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got more than enough corn on that count. As soon as we get back to the field, I'll unload the forage harvester and then we'll take a check on that. But I'm pretty sure we've got way more than that. I think we got up to about 60,000 litres. So that's 2 years worth of corn for the pigs. See, I can't see. Okay. So take it wide. For the second gate post. And we're in. So probably did miss it. No, that's the thing. Again, parking that trailer a bit too far over. We're okay. Fortunately, the tip on this high tip is good forgiving. And it's Pete, isn't it? Good morning, Happy New Year to you. And welcome to the stream. Oh. Okay, so let's... Oh, I also ploughed and planted this field on contracts. So... that one could be purchased next year as well. But anyway, we were looking at... I got 56,000 litres of corn. So it's not quite a safe estimate for 2 years, but it's well over a year and a half. We'll get to the next corn harvest. We can sell a lot of the rest of this stuff. Tomorrow is late autumn day 5. Now... I'm going to have to check with a Massey in the morning to see if we can fertilise the grass fields. If we can't, then we missed one of the opportunities to fertilise the fields, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to leave this on the worker because he doesn't waste a ton of crop by not paying attention to what he's doing. As soon as the trailer is full, he stops. I usually travel another half mile before I realise it's full. And this thing is filling up way quickly. No, I don't want that on. I want that off. But I killed probably about 3 hours today not doing much of silage work off camera. I do like that trailer, although it's sort of the high tip thing. Though it's really not typical of European operation as far as I'm aware. Oh, that way. So we'll go and empty this into the 5th bunker at the BGA. Basically it'll give me 3 good loads of digestate when we sell them. Although I've got a lot of compaction to do. I've managed to get both of those silos up to about 20%. I think the best I've had out of the truck and tipper is only 14 driving through and dumping. Yay. Beat the slow truck. Let's try not to hit anybody coming the other way. Gradually getting a little less glare from the sunlight. I think I'm working about 3/4 of a million litres in the other two bunkers. Oh, that's actually 843. Thereabouts. This one is 828. So that's a good amount. As I said, took a little bit with the Zerion and the blade to level off that so we could tip consistently. But I don't think I need to go 100% full on either of those. Or any of those, should I say, since we're now doing 3, not 2. The sun is slowly working its way across the sky. Whoa. So I should be able to see something within maybe the next 15 minutes or so. That's... I am not doing a Mission Impossible movie. Which way is that facing? This way. Now for Farm Sim 19 I have now downloaded Courseplay, so we may have a play with that on the next farm. Don't know how well it works with a forage harvester. you go. I'm going to go and find the Valtra. There. Since we checked all the other bunkers. Okay, 693, 100% compacted. Now I'm foolishly considering the corn in this field, which is what? It's not a big field. It's a nice little square field. We got about half of it done with the harvester, which have been what, 43,000 litres of corn off this section. I don't know how. Yeah, obviously a lot more silage off it. I'm going to have to move the truck. Saw that coming. That field is definitely less than halfway, shall we say, but we'll be able to see how much chaff we get out of it compared with straight corn. And he's done. There's the engine turned off already. And FarmSim 17, there was a vehicle grouping mod which I did download, and I think I've still got loaded, but I really didn't bother using it this time. Basically what it allowed you to do was to create groups of vehicles and then tab between vehicles in a single group, so you could put all your harvesters in one group and all your tractors in another. And then if I want a tractor, I select the tractor group and then tab through just the tractor group in order to pick the tractor I want to be in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And off we go back to the BGA again. Managed not to hit anything for a change. Yay. Probably means I'll wreck at the crossroads. So as far as I'm aware, not a lot else is going on at the moment. We did our grocery trip last night, and haven't heard anything new from prospective buyers for the home. The adoption process is moving along slowly. We got confirmation that we'll be meeting with the child's worker on Wednesday next week, so exactly a week from today. Wife and I obviously have no idea what that entails because we've never done it before. But we get more information about the child, and then we make a decision whether we want to continue pursuing adoption with this particular child or not. If we decide to go ahead, then I think the next step is we get to meet the child. And then, because of the age we're adopting, further progress is both us and Mrs. Osei and I and the child get to have a say about whether they want to pursue further. Then there'll be a number. I'm guessing at that point it's going to be similar like to a foster child reunion with the parents. So you'll have a number of short visits. Obviously, I'm not sure whether they need to be supervised, since we're not degenerate parents who lost their child due to neglect or whatever. But there'll be a couple of short visits. I think there will be a short home visit, and then after that you extend to overnights and eventually to full-time. And then I think once the full-time placement happens, you then have to go through probationary 6 months before the courts will approve the adoption. Which way is the harvester heading? This way. Okay. And we see what happens from there. Oops. Okay, I'll do that. I'll let you pull forwards. So long as I don't go over 3,000 litres. Okay, we'll stop there. Now, the reason I did that was it gives me a little bit more room to manoeuvre the trailer close to the unload point. It'll give us close to 59,000 litres to unload at the BGA rather than just 56. But yeah, one of the things we've noticed with adopting from foster care, young kids are initially very disoriented and somewhat, they've built in some, shall we say, non-standard habits. So like the 2-year-old we had when she first came to our house, she would scavenge food, mostly candies or snacks, and eat them in bed at night. And so we'd find wrappers under her bed, in her bed. But very quickly she got over the eating of the snacks, because she was getting a big breakfast, lunch, supper, and so she was fully fed, but she still scavenged the snacks and hid them under her pillow because she has an insecurity about food. And so even today, when she comes over to visit for a weekend, we'll usually find some snacks under her pillow when she leaves, and purely because she's insecure about food. That dates back to when she was 2. She's 6 now, and it's still a habit of hers. So it's just something we're aware of, and but it's not a bad habit of hers. Yeah, she takes food, but she doesn't eat it because she's not hungry, because she's now taken care of. But it all dates back to the days when she was neglected. With older kids, they tend to be a little bit more, let's say, broken. They have far more mental issues, because the parents are supposed to be the ones who loved them and either abused them or neglected them. They've been around foster parents and keep getting passed house to house. They usually act out